Right, everybody, let's talk a little bit about fractions again. You knew it was coming. We're on lesson 9. So we did lesson 8 yesterday. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to talk over it. So bear with me here. Okay, I hope that you can see my screen. It says, let's talk about how we know whether two fractions are equivalent. Okay, real quick, remember, equivalent means basically equal. Okay, let's go through and we're going to do our warm up real quick. Everybody likes a good number talk. Okay, so we're going to find the value of each expression mentally. Remember, mentally means in our mind, not with our mouth. Okay, here we go. Let's start at the beginning. All right, 10 times 6. Okay, think for just a second. If you need to, you can pause this video. Okay, 10 times 6. We have this every day on our multiplication quiz. So I know that you know this. Okay, we all know that 10 times 6 equals 60. Correct? All right. How do we know this? Well, hopefully by now you've memorized this. But if you need to, you can always skip count by tens. 6 times 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Pretty easy, right? Okay, let's take a look at our next expression. Sorry. Okay, now we have a little bit bigger. We have 10 times 12. I know this is often on your bell ringer as well, but let's pretend you don't know 10 times 12. What is a good strategy for this if we already know 10 times 6? And yes, I know we've talked about other number talks like this, but 10 times 12, what is a good strategy for this? I'm going to go ahead and undo the suspense because I'm pretty sure that we all know what the answer is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to answer this at 120. Sorry, I revealed the next answer, but it's okay. So 120, how can we get to 120? What's the simplest way if we did not know 10 times 6? Okay. I think our easiest way, obviously, since we doubled our 6 to get to 12, let's just double our 60. Okay. Doubling, of course, means if you have one that is 60, you're adding another 60 to it. That gives us 120. I don't think that's anything that you didn't probably already know, but I'm just going to review that. All right, now we are getting a little bit tougher. Tens make it easier. So if we are at 10 times 24, I think you know what I'm wanting you to do here. Okay, so 10 times 24. What are some strategies to get this answer? Obviously, we could skip count to 24 10 times. Problem with this is there's a chance that we're going to miss count going to 24. Since we already know 10 times 12, we could use our double strategy, our doubling strategy again. Okay, so if we double this number, that means we can double the answer. Okay, I know that 120, I don't know 120, but let's say 12. I know 12 plus 12 is 24. And then, of course, I could bring down my number. Okay, once again, like we talked about earlier, we could skip count all the way to 24, but that's going to take quite a while. And there's a chance we're going to miscount because we don't have 25 fingers. Some people will obviously, to make it easier, may break this down. 10 times 20, and then 10 times 4. And we know that that's going to give you 200, and this is going to give you 40. Then you could simply add that up to 240. Okay. We also, a lot of us know our base 10 rules also. We know that when we multiply by 10, we really only need to move this 0 to right here. Okay, a couple of strategies. I think it's obvious from what we're looking at, though, that they're expecting us to know this is a doubling exercise. Hey, let me click off this one more time and see if we can go to our next slide. There it is. All right, now this is a little bit different. Sorry, let me find my draw tool again. Okay, 5 times 24. Okay, this one, once again, I could skip count 5, 5, 24 times. It's going to take quite a while, and there is still a chance that I'm going to miscount. 24 is a lot. That's more than my fingers and toes, so I'm going to have to close hands, open hands. So it may not be our perfect strategy. Okay, I can break this down. Once again, I can do 10, sorry, scratch that. I can do 5 times 20, and then I can do 5 times 4. I'm sorry, my handwriting's not great. It's a mouse, a little hard to do. Okay, so that would give us a different number. But I think it's pretty clear here what they're wanting us to do. We've been doubling so far, but now, instead of doubling, we're going to half. And we all know what half is. This is one circle, and this is roughly 1/2, right? Okay, we're breaking the cookie in half this time. So instead of doing 10 times 24, we're going to do 5 times 24. Okay, so we just basically want to cut this in half. How can we cut 24 in half? Okay, we're going to move our 0 down first of all. 24, if you don't know it, is 12. So that gives us 120. Okay, since these are all even numbers, half of 0 is 0. Half of 4 is 2. Half of 1, half of 2 is obviously 1. So our answer here is 120. We're using these with whole numbers, but these also are very good tools to use for fractions, especially when we're talking about equivalent fractions. So let's talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, and our next step is going to be to take our multiplication quiz. So I hope you'll keep working, check everything, and I will see you soon.